Finally, nice.
#1 national champs, baby!
The Gophers won it all.
Best hockey team in the world.
But on campus, Minnesota Nice turned downright nasty.
Let's go, baby. Let's go on the street. Yeah, 40, baby.
But all the people are drunk, so even if I suck, I don't think that they know because here's the 5-0.
Stuff's going on everywhere.
On the streets, the crowd simply overwhelmed.
Back up right now. Back up.
Everybody disperse and head home.
That's not good at all.
I told him not to throw those rocks, but he did.
We've had several officers hit with some bricks and rocks, a lot of rocks thrown.
This is why I came to college, man.
In all, officers arrested 25 people.
Oh, just got missed.
Many more got a face full of mace.
This is just your first time. I've got sprayed twice tonight.
The Gophers, they're now champions. But for a few fans, well, that's a different story.
A few dumb people out of the group got to ruin it for everybody.
Hi, Mom. I'm sorry.
That's why college kids get a bad reputation.
In Minneapolis, Bill Shirk,
Insanity. Pure insanity.
Eyewitness News.
It's crazy.
The initial call was for a porch fire.
Yeah, take care of my 2 guys.
But by the time fire crews got to 6th Street Northeast in Minneapolis, there was no porch, lots of fire.
I was inside, so when I walked outside, the entire house was completely engulfed.
They said, hey, you got to get out, man. There's a big fire in here, dude. And then dude just come running out.
Can't do much when the building's on fire, just mainly save your lives and get out.
Well, not much you can do.
No, should I tell him? Should I come get him? I don't know what to do.
Especially for someone like Ingrid Nordby, who came home to this.
Called my mother-in-law, called the insurance company, called the landlord, told him he better not deposit that rent check.
Ingrid, her husband, and 5 kids lived up there on the 2nd floor.
Where there's nothing.
That's what her downstairs neighbor, Sandra Thole, is left with as well, although she has no insurance agent to call.
No.
Because Sandra has no insurance.
Because this could never happen to me.
Now that it has happened, these 2 neighbors can do nothing but watch and wonder what all they've lost.
I mean, all of our stuff's there. So my kids' stuff, my baby's stuff, our wedding pictures.
Well, the stuff is certainly gone, but all 10 people who lived here are still here. I'm thankful for that. Rod Rassman, Eyewitness News, Minneapolis.
Well, Cal, I just talked to a police officer, and that evacuation is now official. Police are ordering everyone to get away from town. The Roseau River is right back there at that bridge, and it is flooding in the city of Roseau right now. The eastern part of town, the southern part of town, both those areas are already flooding. In fact, this was the main area for sandbagging today. There are just a few people left because this part of town is flooding as we speak. They are pushing people back to the west end of town right now to try and save the Polaris factory, the main employer here in the city. What caused this? 6 inches of rain last night. People say they never saw this coming.
Quickly, so quickly, the water came into town. Some stood helpless while the water crept. And right downtown,
We're going to fight till the bitter end.
the entire town worked. Brian Pulowski is one of them.
Just lost my house. About an hour ago. What's that?
The tank broke.
People scrambled to get away from the water.
Take care of our house.
It all just overwhelmed.
Just get in the van there, okay?
And still, the water just keeps coming
On the
up.
radio, they're predicting another half foot or a foot. Now, how fast is it running? Check this out. I want to show you. This is right on Main Street in town. When you put it down, you can see just how fast the water is running into parts of town right now. That's why people are pushing back. Again, they are talking that the river will crest sometime late tonight or early tomorrow morning. We are going to be here. We will keep an eye on the situation, and we will have the latest for you coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, guys.
Trying to make them look halfway decent.
At the airport, $5 will buy you 2 cents.
It's a whole lot more than just 2 cents. It's complicated.
It's hard to say about something like that.
Today, folks reacted to news that Washington or the president may have had some indication before 9/11 that terrorists might strike.
Very often we have uncorroborated information.
Well, I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but there are threats like this all the time.
I don't know why they overlooked it.
Somebody got fired.
Think so?
If they had to do something about it, what were they going to do?
Well, late today, the White House said early action may have meant shutting down the nation's airports, all of them.
You know, for the White House or any other government agency just to react so dramatically every time there's a threat would just devastate, you know, the whole economy.
They didn't care about 6,000 people dying either, did they?
We got to get to the bottom of it and find out what exactly they knew.
People end up pointing the finger at each other and never really know the truth because the truth can't be told. Can't be.
A bit more than just 2 cents traded today.
It's complicated. I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah. See you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's one of them things, I guess.
As beautiful as these birds are, what they leave behind is at least that ugly.
Look at this blacktop here. People have to walk through this. Why, you think you're in a barnyard here. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to learn that Cliff Tim would never consider those Canadian honkers feathered friends.
You can just see this is just one litter here, a goose poop here.
In fact, Cliff Tim is at war.
It's just unbelievable. If I could get a hold of that goose right now, I'd take care of him.
To understand his rage, you have to understand his passion. He has spent a lifetime creating and maintaining areas to fish, and the stuff that those geese prolifically produce hurts the water quality, among other unsightly problems.
Can't have people walking under this crap.
But actually, Minnesota is one of the few states that has the Canada goose population under control. Now, if it doesn't sound like much of an accomplishment to simply control the population of geese, the DNR would like you to consider what that population would probably be if they didn't control it.
It's about 10% of what it could be is what we estimate.
In other words, Brian Luth at the DNR says the problem could be about 10 times worse, and it is at least that bad in a lot of other states.
No, I just look at this thing, you could almost vomit when you look at this thing.
Although if you ask people like Cliff, a lot more needs to be done.
Oh man, this is supposed to be a park.
Rod Rassman, Eyewitness News, West St. Paul. As much as Harbor Lights is a shelter for homeless men, it is, at least for many, a graveyard of broken dreams.
I chose to be a knucklehead, and I became one, a very good one.
But Quan Manasseh is not one of the many.
You can do anything.
He says he bounced from institution to institution.
And that's just putting it lightly.
Eventually landed here, a place you might call the beginning of Quan's dream.
Monetarily, I don't have much, but I have my health, and I have my ambition, and I have my dream.
He wanted to be a boxer, so he came out at 34 years old, no amateur experience, none. And he was bound and determined he was going to be world champion. So we're on a crash course with Quan. OJT, on-the-job training. He's a road warrior, and just about as good as they get.
Quan says fighting is what had gotten him into trouble in the first place, even put him in prison. Now he's learning to do it in the right venue and with the right values. The first of which is taking responsibility for your own actions.
White folks this, white folks that. And I learned that no white folks ever made me stop going to school, started stealing cars, or being a criminal. Those are the decisions that I made, and I changed that.
And change he has. Not only the focus of his life, but the focus of his energy. And it's starting to pay off.
$20 for standing room only.
What's going to win this, baby?
Friday Night Fights on ESPN2, presented by Miller High Life.
We're bringing it to the table. They got more, they got to come on with it.
We have a 4-round cruiserweight bout featuring Juan Manassa and Joey DeGrandis.
Get the lips good. All over the face.
Hey guys, okay.
Juan has a losing record right now, but the man in his corner believes that it won't stay that way for very long.
The guy is tough. He is tough as they come. Let's work it. Work, Juan! You gotta work!
Juan Manassa, who has lost his last 6
1-to-1s.
Right now, Manassa being the aggressor.
There you go, baby. But 3 and 4.
So he's got to take these fights because he needs the money.
Punch!
It's a hard way to make a buck.
Keep your hands high.
The Grand is looking for the right spot and the right place to punch. And the right place is that body.
Manassa is hurt.
His guts and his heart, that's not the problem. It's lack of experience. That's all it is. Lack of experience. All right. Good job, baby. Yes, sir.
Teddy, his last 6 opponents have a combined record of 106 and 10.
Two-lead winner. Again, by unanimous decision.
All right.
You better make that 107 and 10.
Let him hurt you there a little bit a couple times.
But Juan is sure he showed people something this night, that you're never too old to start something new. That rebuilding your life is a decision only you can make.
That's all right. That's okay. I'll be back. I'll fight again.
And that dreams, so long in the making,
Lights out, fellas, lights out.
don't die fast. Rod Rassman, Eyewitness News.
We're gonna have some fun.
Call it a sign of the times. The mixed signals, the uncertainty. Twins fans know, but even in darkness, their message shines.
Right now it is 4:30 in the morning and we are having breakfast on the plaza.
Good morning. We have a hot dog and a muffin for you.
The day of the Twins opener. Opening day! The opener that people thought would never happen. Twins, baby, all the way this year, yes!
The greatest day of the year.
There's just something about this day.
It means the Twins are back.
Hey, boy!
How we doing?
Maybe it's the change of seasons.
It sounds like spring is here, and I think we're all ready for some of that.
Or maybe it's the fresh start.
This shirt is kind of old. It's time for a new one.
The point is, people seek out this day and all it represents.
Yeah, we love baseball.
Koski, Minkiewicz. Oh, they're all good, actually.
Glad to see you here.
Well, we're here now.
Thanks, Tori.
This year, I think it's going to be nice.
No spatula.
Hey, we have a baseball team, okay? We've got sunshine, we've got cold beer.
Enjoying the Minnesota Twins.
What else we got?
Yeah, the best day of the year, right going now.
Thank you, baseball gods.
But the one thing I think we found out about the Minnesota Twins this year, they're not going to take any gruff from anybody. This is a very feisty baseball team.
You walk in there, you get ready for a game, you can feel the energy build.
See how far that one goes?
I don't know whether that's energy or spirit, but I know there's been a lot of wins in here, a lot of good wins.
There's only 3 things that have been originated in the United States: the short story, jazz, and baseball.
And to think, Major League Baseball considered taking all this away.
90 seconds. Number 15, the shortstop, Christian Guzman. Let's go, Goose!
It's been 9 years since a crowd this big.
Running third base is Koski. He'll score. And the third is cut off.
On this day, fans made a statement. 48,000 of them.
We got plenty of people here tonight. Plenty of beer. Hey, come here. They're here. They're crazy.
Come on, Dogman! Dogman!
To me, you see baseball as a humanization of our society. You're with people. You come with your friends and you bring people together.
The Metrodome pretty well filled up here for the Twins' 42nd home opener.
Still, this Twins team faces the unknown. It's that C word. The concept of contraction still looms, and for some fans, that might just be what hurts. After all, think about the possibility. 161 games a year, those summer nights at the ballpark, the crack of the bat, heroes at work, all of it gone. But for now, this Twins team breathes life. As one fan says, to the baseball gods, thank you, thank you, thank you.
First pitch, fastball away, ball one. There's a line drive to left, another hit for Josh. Swinging a fly ball off the fifth and an 11-game hitting streak.
Welcome to Old Navy.
As a greeter at the Old Navy store in the Mall of America, Russ Stevens made a job out of making first impressions.
You have a good day.
And making sure everyone
You have a good day, sir.
had a good day. But Russell's is not a story of first impressions. His is a story of second chances.
Because the son I had in the beginning was not one son that you'd pick.
Yeah, Russ filled his late teens and early 20s with booze, drugs, and parties until 1990, when, in search of more drugs and another party, he got into the wrong car with the wrong people.
Pushed him out of the car and shot him and then just left him by some railroad tracks.
It went in through here all the way back. So it's right about here.
And that .22 caliber bullet stayed there, a constant reminder of where he'd been and where he'd never be again.
I went the drug route, and look what it got me. But I'm lucky I'm still alive.
Yeah, Russ lived to tell his story.
Today, I want to introduce you to our speaker, good friend of mine, Russ.
That's exactly what he did.
I still got the bullet in my head.
Every chance he got.
Okay?
He doesn't like to come out and preach something. He says, this is my story. This is what I've learned. You know, you can learn from me.
I'm not being rude. I'm being real with you guys.
Totally turned himself, around. And he was proud of it.
Pass this around.
The gunshot left Russ with a glass eye and paralyzed one side of his face.
See, it looks real, doesn't it?
So some of his words were hard to understand, but his message was very clear.
I would like to see more people becoming aware of people like Russ who care about the young people of our world today.
You ladies have a good day.
Actually, we were about to make more people aware of all that Russ was doing.
You have a good day.
But shortly after we shot this videotape,
you have a good day, bud.
Russ's second chance expired. He died in his sleep of an aneurysm.
We thank you, Lord, for giving us the gift of life in the form of Russell Stevens.
He left with so many things undone, so many goals unachieved.
We go forward with our lives changed because we knew Russ. And we won't forget.
But those who honored him at a memorial service and those who remembered him at the Mall of America today would rather not dwell on what he was not able to do.
You have a good day.
Rather on what he did.
Thank you.
With his second chance.
He was a wonderful person and a wonderful son.
Bye-bye.
Now I can say that. I couldn't have said that 12 years ago. But now I can't.
Rod Rassman, Eyewitness News, Bloomington.
Daylight's nice.
I think daylight's real good.
In a world not so black and white,
Daylight's cool.
Daylight shines.
Here comes daylight. Do a little shuffle, getting the feel for it, some footwork.
Daylight dances.
Oh, I like.
Daylight is crazy. He bends in ways normal people can't.
23-year-old Damian
Get
Day,
your legs in like that.
better known by his buddies as Daylight,
He is amazing.
Hit it, Justin.
leads the local wave. It's the new wave of Minnesota dance. Call it a resurrection.
It keeps growing and growing. A lot more people are getting into it.
Nothing but sunshine. It's all sunshine. It's nothing but sunshine. It's all sunshine. It's
You see, what started in the 60s and then exploded in the late 70s resurfaced right here in an empty school lunchroom.
Twist, 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 twist.
Oh, he got it. He got it. It's all sunshine. It's nothing but sunshine.
It's a group of young men.
Ripping it.
They call themselves the Eternal Illusions.
Nice, very smooth.
And they speak a language all their own.
That's called cricket.
It's about to be a windmill flare.
Going down to a pose.
Some footwork. Got a 6-step.
Now, the crew works to bring back breakdancing. It's a task that at times proves eternally tough. But slowly, people pay attention.
Oh,
Even if it's the school janitor.
that's too much, guy.
It's all sunshine. It's nothing but sunshine.
Leave them in your elbow, and it'll just balance like a seesaw.
Daylight decided to take breakdancing further.
Yeah, there you go. Feel the difference?
In a small studio, people now pay Daylight to teach them what older brothers once taught him.
Without breaking, I would have gotten to all the stuff that the other kids were doing, which wasn't anything good. There you go, there you go.
But Daylight needed more than this. So at home, he turned his love into a labor.
It's an artist living, but yeah, it's good.
His hip-hop designs make money. More importantly, they help keep his dream of dance alive.
I never knew exactly how far I'd go. I just always knew I'd do it because it was fun to do.
On August 22nd, Daylight got an answer.
Minnesota State Fair, make as much noise as possible for the Battle Cats and the Eternal Illusions Breaking Crew!
The folks at the State Fair gave Eternal Illusions their own stage, and people clearly paid attention.
They're phenomenal. That's some of the best I've seen.
I know when I watch them, they just inspire me to do better than them. The whole hip-hop scene is just a way to exert your passions. It's a way to exert your passions.
For Daylight, that's the whole point. He helped take an eternal illusion and turn it into a Minnesota reality.
So I'll dance until I can't physically dance no more. Regardless if I'm getting paid for it or not, I'll still do it.
In St. Paul, Bill Scherf, Eyewitness News.
We're going to be starting with Class 92, Pups Hurdle, 6 to 9 months, Underdogs.
It's a great experience.
It's very fun. It's pretty cool.
Love it. Love it. This is people having a lot of fun with their dogs.
This is Jack Russell Racing.
They're trying to kill the lure. This is where they really show their own. This is how you get them to win, yep.
Little white dogs
They're after the lure to kill it at the end of the track.
are running down track.
The racetrack is 200 feet long.
And then they're going in a little hole.
We are ready to get started.
Load them!
They're like little rockets when they get running.
Let's go!
I think they've had them clocked up to 36 miles an hour.
Got it.
Fast. Really fast.
Incredible.
You have to let the lure get out ahead of the dog. They're all going to be trying to get to the lure at one time.
I've got to catch the dog. It's like trying to catch a greased pig.
Very, very fast.
Load them!
Yeah, they're extremely tough dogs.
They're a rugged dog.
Come on!
That needs this type of activity.
Little white lures.
Competition for the dog.
It's the first dog through the hay.
They're hyper.
And they're running wide open through the hay, and they end up running right into the lure box.
The dogs love it.
It's fulfillment of the breed. That's what they love.
It's actually more fun for the dog.
They just give you so much satisfaction. They're hunting dogs, and so they're a special breed.
She got third. Nobody got her. Come on, Monix, come.
And so they need special treatment.
Good girl.
And that's what This is part of it.
You can give them back to the owners.
Come here, Bernie boy. The dogs just live for it.
Let's go. Woohoo!
A semi-nomadic people.
Cast drift from the prevailing values of society.
He sees big cities, bright lights.
At the Minneapolis Public Library,
Scott was eating cereal in the kitchen, which rejected the dominant culture wholesale.
Great things are done where man and mountain meet.
there's a lot to learn.
I believe we were all pilgrims on a journey.
Not all the lessons here are in books.
Let the brainwaves radiate.
But some of the most important lessons are in black and white.
You got to have some type of strategy with this game. If you don't, you'll lose.
Attack.
The game of chess is like life. Because you make the wrong decisions in life, you in the gutter and all, you know?
Because like one missed move could cost you the game.
Check.
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 You be checking up a storm now, won't you?
For the people who play chess here every day, this isn't a second home, it's their only home.
Because it's cold, and they're homeless, and they don't want to be outside trying to get into no trouble.
He ain't come down with that thing.
Guys like the Russian.
There it is. Oh, yeah, sure.
He's good, but he's no match for the concentrator.
The concentrator, he thinking. He's sharp.
Wait. Oh, it's my turn. It's my turn. Yeah, it's my turn.
But even the concentrator is no match for the one they call Pops.
I'm at it.
If you've seen the program Kung Fu, I'm Grasshopper, and he's the teacher, the master.
A master who knows chess.
What's up, my buddy?
And people.
A lot of people, the way they run their life, a lot of times is the way they play the game. What the heck?
In your dreams, check.
That was surprising.
I mean, he's the only one I know that can play and talk at the same time.
So you like this brotherly love routine. You're killing me with it.
Pop started this club as a place for the homeless, himself included, to get off the streets.
Being poor, homeless, you fight every day. You fight to stay alive. This is my morning exercise.
Pops cares so much about the club, he walks a mile to the library, each way, every day, on legs crippled by disease. If you think the road to the library is long, well, it's nothing compared to the road Pops has walked his whole life.
I was a gang member, did a lot of criminal activities, attempted murder, boy, carrying knives to school, robbery, armed robbery. A lot of things I've done, I'm not very proud of, not very happy about.
But every time Pops found himself cornered,
there you go.
He found a way out.
I don't like enclosed places.
He left his life of crime behind.
The plot always thickens. It's never as simple as it looks.
Interesting.
Now, he's found a way to pass on a lifetime of lessons.
You've improved. You have improved some.
I look at him as a father figure. I don't believe I would have survived out here on the streets for as long as I have if I didn't listen to him.
He'll help you see your way through like some of your darkest times. He's a pretty great guy.
Trust me. I don't want these kids out here or my grandkids to go through what I went through. That's why I'm here. That's all.
Your attention, please. The library doors will close in 10 minutes.
Hate to do it to you. Checkmate. And
At the Minneapolis Public Library, you'll find Shakespeare and Keats, books on physics and philosophy.
Oh, yes.
If you look hard enough, you will also find Pops and a life lesson in redemption.
Good games, man. Good game. Yeah, one more. Let's go at it. I'm just a retired, educated thug, that's all. Trying to enjoy the last years comfortably. Checkmate.